there lovely crafters, it's Terry from Veegstez Creates here with the first of two videos this month for Not Too Shabby, and this video actually is part of a hop. So in the description box there will be listed the other design team members that are part of the hop. So if you follow along and watch the videos and like them and comment on them and then enter the raffle copter, you'll get the chance to win a gift certificate to use at Not Too Shabby shop. So this month I've got the stamp and die of the month, and it's really great because it's so versatile. Obviously we've got a lovely cute watering can here, some gorgeous florals, tulips, which I absolutely love. I don't know what these types are, and these are sort of like wildflowers. And then we've got happy, and then this is what makes it really versatile. We've got birthday, Easter, Mother's Day, spring is here, and just for you. So essentially this stamp and die set can be used to create cards for any sort of springtime occasions, plus birthdays, plus anything just for you. Obviously it's very generic. You know, you can send someone flowers for any occasion. And in terms of the Shabby Snips coordinating dies, we have the dies to cut out every single element, so even the little hearts, all of the sentiments. So today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make this super cute little card. So obviously you can see that I've done some colouring. I've made use of a lovely paper pad here, and then the centrepiece is jumping off the page. So let's dive in, shall we, and see how I've made this little beauty. Okay, so off camera I went ahead and coloured in all of the blooms, and I also added a couple of tulips here and there because there was too much white space. And originally I was going to colour in the watering cans as well, but then I thought, how adorable would it be to just use the coordinating die to cut out the watering cans in the beautiful speciality paper. So this is the paper pad from last month's kit, February, which is Elephant Love, and I just absolutely loved this paper pad and the colours. So I've chosen my sentiments as well. I stamped out and then cut. I'm just so like happy that we have the die cuts to cut out the little intricate sentiments as well, and they position and work beautifully. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick these down and then mount the card panel onto a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 top folding note card. But what I'm going to do for the centre just to make it sort of more the focal point, is I'm going to build it up. So as you can see, I've got like 4 die cuts of the watering can, which I'm going to stick behind the patterned one, and then I've got 4 of the tulips, and then I coloured up the tulip, but then I coloured up another one. So what I'm going to have to do is just basically figure out the placement of the tulip, and then use a pencil to trim that off, and then do the same to the other tulip dies, so that it all sort of is the same height, because I'm going to need the die cut watering cans to line up exactly with the die cut tulips, because otherwise there'll be a gap. So I'll use the same number, so it'll be 5 of each, including the top ones, but I do just need to figure out here. I'll find my special pen that I like to use, and then so if I use the black line here as a guide, so if I get my special snips that I'm really enjoying at the moment for fussy cutting, the Tim Holtz, the really small ones, so I'm just going to cut that. And then take that. Now I need to cut a tiny sliver more off. Oh, it's a bit fiddly, but it'll be worth it, because this is going to give a lovely dimension to the card front. So I mean, this will be really easy. I can just go ahead and glue all those together, and then these I'm just going to have to like glue the top on, and then cut it at the same place, so make sure that it's exactly lined up, and then use my snips. I know these aren't stuck together yet, but this will tell us if we're going in the right direction. Yep, that's looking good to me. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and carry on doing that, and then chop off the edges of these. So I'll see you back in a moment with the completed card. Okay, so here we go. I stuck down all of the watering cans, and I'm really pleased with the level of dimension that we've got here with the centre watering can and tulip. I went over the happy birthday, which were originally stamped black onto white cardstock, just with my Distress Oxide brushes, blue and green. I didn't add any extra ink to them, I just sort of went over them with what was left on there, and mixing the green and the blue together worked really well in terms of colour matching. But even though I'm really pleased with the dimension, there's just one little tip that I wanted to show you. Sometimes by drawing around something in a pale colour, so here I've got B60, so it's like a very pale blue with a bit of grey in it, but it actually helps things to sort of jump off the page a bit more at you. So I'm just gonna go round the edges of this in B60 so that you can see what I mean. It's sort of it's like I'm giving it a cast shadow, because obviously it will be casting some shadow, but this just emphasizes it more. Obviously it's looking a little bit dark at the moment, but don't forget alcohol markers always dry lighter than they actually are. So we won't be going over the florals, we're just sort of going between here to colour that little bit in. I'm doing a fairly thick line, you could do a thinner line if you wanted to, but it does dry really pale. And likewise, if you wanted it to be darker, you could just go over it with another coat. Just going to go around the white edges a bit as well. Again, it's very pale, so it won't make a massive difference, but it'll just give a bit more sort of roundness, obviously because this is a three-dimensional object. And then if you can get in there, you can do the white sides as well if you want to. There's no need to really, but you can do. So there we go. Hopefully you can see the difference. Oh, I need to make this a bit thicker to match the other side. Yeah, hopefully you can see the difference that it makes, just sort of giving it some cast shadow, which sort of helps it jump off the page a little bit more and stand out, because obviously that's the whole point of us doing all of the faffy work with gluing the bits of watering can and tulip on top of each other. And because I'd gone over the happy birthday in the Distress Oxide, I then went over it with a archival ink pen, a very thin one. It was the number one, the 0.25mm, just very carefully, just to make the black stand out a bit more like it did there. So there we go, my crafty lovelies. That is all from me today. Obviously this is a hop, so I'll put all of the hop participants in the description box below, and then identify which is your next stop on the hop. So I will see you soon with some more crafty goodness. Bye for now.